Hi everybody! We haven't done a video in a long time, and that's because I didn't care to do one. So we're doing one now. Too busy. Way too busy. We've got a spreadsheet, maybe I'll throw a shot up here, of all the jobs we're doing before we leave Maryland. We are in...
Maryland.
Oh, right, Bully's Quarters, Maryland.
We've been in Maryland the whole time.
Take two. We are in...
Bully's Marina.
In Maryland, and we're getting a bunch of stuff done because in November we're going to Bermuda and then the Caribbean. And we've got a lot of jobs going on, and so we're going to show you the jobs we've been working on and all that kind of stuff because apparently people are asking. So there you go. That's what this video is about. Enjoy. Cue the crazy music that doesn't get us in trouble. Woo! Okay, you see this beautiful wide open space in our V-berth where we have all this room to move around and do things? Yeah, well, there's no such thing as giving without taking. It makes our really beautiful double wide Pullman style berth a little cramped for two people. So one of our projects is fixing this into a livable, sleepable space. Shall we go? Yes, let's. Just increasing the space of our V-berth, like we said. You're going to like the way it looks, I guarantee. And so now we have a little more room to lay down on our V-berth.
Why are you talking like that? Because
the camera's recording. And we got to finish sewing them up and put them all together. But yeah, there you go. It's a lot more room. Ba-dum-ba-bum. Take a bow. No need for a montage for this, but... oh, lights! Ah, in the V-berth. We basically just ran them out and plugged them in. That's all. Luckily for all of us, Beth is not a project that needs work. She's perfect just as she is. But behind her in this settee area is our water maker. Would you like to see me install and put up a water maker? Of course you would. Let's go. Alright, so here we are breaking all sorts of rules and installing our water maker near some electrical sources, but we're going to move those. Don't worry. But pumps are installed behind the seat. This is installed in any position, they said. And we got our discharge brine going to a through hole through there. We got our water intake coming in, coming down through there past our AC. We are hipping up our AC and our water maker together because they cannot run at the same time. It's not possible. Our AC is run only on shore power, and we would never run a water maker at a marina. So we can run those together off the same screened through hull that they say you're supposed to use as a type of through hull. They both have the same type of through hull. So with a Y diverter, I can switch from one to the other, and the other one can't get messed up with the water or the chemicals or anything like that. So we're pretty safe there. We've got our previous installation of the refrigerator by the previous owner, and so all that electric stuff's got to go into this little box over here away from the water maker. And this outlet is being removed completely because we do not run a refrigerator off of 120 anymore. We only run it off of our 12 because we are going to be living off grid. So we don't need it plugged into 120 ever. In fact, it's running off of 12 right now and we are plugged into 120. All right, so that's what we're doing. Howdy ho, we're still working. Our boat came with this fan in the galley. This fan is an absolute lifesaver. It's a 12-volt fan, and we love it. We love it so much that we put one here. We're putting one there. We put one there. Now, no one judge us. And we put one in the bathroom, right by the window. Any reasons why, Dan? I don't know. For some reason, I just think the idea of blowing air out that window is a good idea in the head. Womp womp. Yeah, we put that beautiful arch up there for a reason. We're putting solar up there and on the sides. So, would you like to see us put solar up there and on the sides? Of course you would. Roll that beautiful solar footage. Okay, these are solar panel support beams. They're aluminum. We've been drilling them and then filing them and getting them ready to mount onto the solar panels, theoretically. So we got our first 2 solar panels up on our arch. And let me back this up with some bad stuff here, but 160 watts each. But we're gonna have this one attached to one that goes down there in parallel. And then we're gonna have that one attached to one down there in parallel. So they're each gonna be 320 watts, 2 separate 320 watt solar panel arrays. 4 panels total, 2 in each array. And each one providing 320 watts for a 440 watt battery bank. So 640 watts total. So we can add more battery, but more importantly, in parallel, so when one's in shade, hopefully the other one's not. And of course, the other big thing to talk about right now is, oh my God, where's our mast? Yeah, mast is down, rigging's begun. So the rigging guys are coming out on Monday, and we're gonna get this whole thing re-rigged, and we're doing Dyneema. Let the outrage begin. Well, we are now energy efficient. Get that bright light out of your things. Check this out. I'm gonna swap the camera around. Ready? Shalaka-laka. Boom, shalaga-laga. That's a port and a starboard and a switch, and the fuses are in there. Don't worry, everybody who's going to tell me my house is about to burn down. The fuses are there. I even have a breaker at the battery, and fuses and breakers and breakers and fuses. We're good. Boom, shalaka, right back at me. So, what do those connect to? Well, how about I just come up here and get my ugly mug out of the way. Get! Boom! Okay, there's 2 solar panels on the top of my arch. But we also have a solar panel here on the side of the arch and a solar panel here on the side of the arch. And watch as I do my crazy Batman camera angle. These 2 are running parallel. And these 2 are running parallel. I have a port side and a starboard side, capable of running both at the same time and capable of running one at a time. They are 320 watts, 12 volts running in parallel. So each one's a 160 watt panel. 160 watt panel. So 320 watts port, that's starboard. 320 watts port, because that's port. And I can run, it's a 464 watt, 464 amp battery thing. So putting them together, I'm running, two different battery panels, and I can combine them if I want, but I'd have to buy another MPPT controller for that. I'd have to buy a bigger one. So, what we've got are 2 things running. So when the sun's on this side, this one is running and charging better than this one. But they can both provide charging to the batteries when we need them. Right now our batteries are topped off, so port's getting most of the sun. So this is the only one that was actually charging the batteries because the batteries are so full. But anyway, they're up, they're running. My little Bluetooth dongle's working. Oh, it's just so wonderful. I don't actually have a dongle. I just use a smart controller, so they're Bluetooth enabled. What do you know? Hey, look. That's an old man move. Hand in front of the camera. I'm an old man. Oh, there you go. Solar panels are up and on the arch. Mast is down. And we're getting rigging done. And we're going to be going with Dyneema. So Bethy is doing the woodworking and the bright work, and she's working her way back. You can see where she stopped. But man, handrails, dorade boxes, and now the eyebrows and the over rails. I call them over rails. I don't know what the heck they're actually called. Somebody with boat experience will yell at me for that. Here you go, the specialized starboard side bingo rails, man. They're the bingo rails. How do you not know that? Or something like that. Okay, so this thing's got to go. It's a light tricolor, one big piece. Okay. Well, there's an engine under there, and we tore it apart and rebuilt the head, put it all back together and got it running, and we're still tracking down some electrical gremlins. And would you like to see footage of that? Too bad. I'm not shooting footage where all I do is sit around, scrape my knuckles, and swear a lot. You're just going to have to look at some pictures. Tee-hee. Okay, so we have a little bit of a photo montage for the beginning of the boat project, but we've got our sides here. Let me turn that all the way up, and we're sanding those down, and we're going to put those together, and they're going to turn into a shape of a boat. And so I'm going to be working on that, and of course, then I got some of this stuff down here, which I can't see. These are instructions and directions and crazy things. Anyway, so that's what we're working on, and out here in the workshop greenhouse, I got my bulkheads and the transoms getting glued up with its stiffeners and all the happy fun stuff. And so we'll show some of this process through photographs and time lapse maybe, and as you go on. This is a big project. So this boat's trying to kill me, but it shall not kill me. We shall get this boat done. So we got it in a boat-like shape tonight, and then we'll put that bulkhead in properly tomorrow and screw it down and glass it in, and we'll get everything done. Not in one day, but it looks boat-like, shaped kind of like a, a dinghy. Spindrift 10 nesting dinghy. Did a little extra work this morning, shaping it up, getting the bulkheads in, and the separating and the transom. And we are in the let's straighten her out and make sure she has no raggedy angles and stuff. And then we have to build a little bit of the, we just got to keep straightening her out until she's ready. And we've got the rest of the parts made and fitted dry so we can epoxy. But we're moving right along.
Maybe Beth can hold yours and you can come over here. I mean, walk down to this hallway.
Yeah.
You want me to do that?
So you just kind of hold this right here. Now I'd like you to come in here. We're going to put the phone down.
Okay.
Okay. Don't even worry about anything. I said we're almost done, and then I did something stupid. Let's cut a boat in half.
He's probably done. Beth, he's probably got the blade running in reverse now. Watch this. I got smoke. Just take your time. All right. I think you're still going to get some bind just because of it's resisting. I mean,
yeah, I'm kind of on this side of the line over here, so there's a little bit here that's a little.
Do you need a bright light to steer it?
Okay.
Let me see some.
Okay, everybody, here's the point where I insert a video of updated to the modern times. At the time of this filming, it is the 5th of November, 2021. We are supposed to be 2 to 3 days into our trip to Bermuda by now. But of course, in the boating world, nothing ever goes to schedule. What you're about to see is a bunch of photographs of our work rebuilding the knees for our chain plates, because we switched from putting chain plates on the exterior of the hull to reusing the chain plates we have because they're in excellent shape. But that meant we had to rebuild our knees. And this is all because our rigging has been delayed well over a month because they are slammed, the rigging company, and they just haven't had a chance to get to us. So here it is November, and we're still doing our rigging, and we're rebuilding the knees in our boat. And these, for those of you that don't know, basically I'm making a big thick piece of epoxy that I'm going to put another piece of G10 on, which is fiberglass, and then we're going to bolt through the hull, through the epoxy, through the G10, through the stainless steel chain plate, which is a big steel bar that holds our rigging up with holes in it, and we're going to bolt it together on our hull, and that's how you keep your mast up in the air, theoretically. So that's what we're doing. We've been spending the last 3 days just rebuilding the knees on our boat because we weren't going to use them, so we cut them out because they were bad, and then we decided we did need to reuse them, and so now we're rebuilding them. So you're going to see some of that. The other thing you're going to see is you'll see some pictures, some montages of maybe some of the work that Beth's been doing. She built a sail pack and lazy jack system, so we'll show you some photographs of that. And also, those videos just a couple minutes ago that were about the engine that we fixed and we rebuilt the whole head and we redid the valves and we did everything. Yeah. Nope. We're pulling the engine and replacing it. So sometime in the next few days, Lord willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be driving to Florida to pick up a new engine, rebuilt engine, and driving it back. Now, why do I say Lord willing? Well, it's because these two old guys rebuild these engines, and one of them doesn't really rebuild them anymore. He just talks on the phone, and the other one had knee surgery that got infected, so he's in a hospital. Because nothing ever, 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 ever goes to schedule when it comes to boating, especially if your last name is Carroll. So that's where we are. Enjoy the rest of the video. Last and definitely not least, I'm going to leave you with a few photographs of our sail that we spent a lot of money on. This is our new mainsail, and I'm wondering if I even need to tell you what's wrong with it if the pictures don't show it. But I will. There's a little emblem we paid extra, just a little bit, to have put on our mainsail. It's just our little One World Abroad emblem, and they put it on almost upside down, basically 90 degrees off on one side. One side was right, the other side was wrong. And that was 3 months ago, and they haven't fixed it yet. That is the boat life we're living. And by the way, do you hear that noise just turn off? That was our heater running because we're in Maryland and it's November and we're supposed to be in the Caribbean. But it was, 38 degrees last night. So, hey, thank goodness we have a heater. Look on the bright side.